In the Indian legal system, ragging is classified as a cognizable offense, a designation that empowers law enforcement to make an arrest without a warrant. This legal status means the behavior is handled as a matter of criminal law rather than a private campus dispute. This mandate is enforced by the University Grants Commission, the National Medical Commission, and the Supreme Court of India. The 2026 revised rules for SLB, SGMC, and H operate on a zero-tolerance policy to maintain a safe and inclusive campus environment. Because it is a cognizable offense, the institution is legally required to involve the police and the state the moment a violation is reported. The legal definition begins with any disorderly conduct by a student toward a fresher or junior. This includes spoken words, emails, or written text, which carry the same legal weight as physical acts. An offense is triggered if the conduct causes annoyance, hardship, or any form of psychological harm. It also includes coercion, demanding any act that a student would not normally perform, which generates a sense of shame or embarrassment. Under these regulations, the adverse effect on the victim determines the violation, regardless of whether the perpetrator intended the act as a joke. Institutional compliance often fails when students assume ragging only involves physical hazing or direct verbal abuse. The 2026 regulations define a matrix of 4 specific vectors where these offenses occur. The first vector is academic exploitation. This includes forcing a junior to complete academic tasks or assignments meant for a senior student or a group. The second vector, financial extortion, is covered under Point 6. This occurs whenever a senior student places a forceful expenditure burden on a fresher. While senior-junior mentorship is encouraged, the introduction of forced labor or financial pressure marks the transition into a punishable offense. The third vector focuses on digital and psychological abuse. The NMC monitors all digital footprints, including emails, social media posts, and blogs that contribute to a student's discomfiture. This vector also includes the Identity Harassment Clause, which prohibits any exclusion targeted at a student's core identity. Protected grounds include caste, religion, race, economic background, sexual orientation, and gender identity. The final vector covers physical abuse, stripping, and sexual assault, the most direct violations of the Penal Code. Unlike verbal interactions, digital abuse and identity-based harassment leave a permanent, documented trail of evidence for the Anti-Ragging Committee to review. Beyond campus rules, Section 3 of the regulations identifies 18 ingredients that trigger criminal prosecution. These include the concepts of abetment and criminal conspiracy. Actively encouraging a ragging incident or organizing the assembly makes a student as culpable as the person committing the act. Group hazing often involves additional charges like unlawful assembly, wrongful restraint, and criminal intimidation. When these criminal thresholds are met, the disciplinary process moves into the legal system, where the student appears before a judge as a criminal suspect. The institution uses a 14-point matrix of consequences to respond to verified complaints. Initial actions include immediate suspension from classes and debarment from appearing in examinations. The next level involves the withholding of scholarships and a ban on representing the institution at national conferences or youth festivals. For more severe offenses, the college imposes fines between 25,000 and 100,000 rupees and mandates expulsion from the hostel. Academic rustication can last up to 4 semesters, and in extreme cases, the student's admission is canceled entirely. The most severe administrative penalty is permanent blacklisting, where the offense is recorded on migration and transfer certificates to notify future institutions. Point 14 provides for collective punishment, penalizing the entire group if the specific perpetrators are not identified by their peers. This matrix is designed to ensure that those who undermine human dignity are permanently removed from the medical profession. Enforcement at SLBS, GMCMH, and H is proactive, with the Anti-Ragging Squad conducting surprise inspections of hostels and canteens. Students have access to a multi-tiered reporting network, functioning across institutional and national levels. The internal layer is managed by the college control room, the principal, and the nodal officer. Reports also funnel to the 24/7 National Anti-Ragging Helpline and C4Y India Monitoring Agency. The external layer connects directly to the district magistrate and the local station house officer. This tiered architecture ensures that once an incident is reported, it is visible to multiple authorities simultaneously, preventing it from being silenced internally. Institutional responsibility begins with the submission of anti-ragging undertakings signed by the student and their parents. As the namesake of this institution, Lal Bahadur Shastri's legacy sets the standard for the character and dignity required of every student here. True education is defined by our behavior toward others, independent of our academic qualifications. Ragging is a problem created by students, which means the ultimate solution lies with the student body's refusal to participate in or tolerate the practice. A medical degree is a privilege granted by society, but the right to hold that degree is contingent upon an uncompromising respect for human dignity.